Arey and Logan in the house.
Growing up on the water with fishing in their blood, Arey and Bryan Thrift have spent the last 10 years competing against the biggest names in professional bass fishing. Their success has landed them ranked among the top anglers in the world. If you're looking to become a better angler, then this show has all the answers. Join us and follow along to get actionable tips, tactics, and tried and true techniques directly from the pros. Welcome to Let's Talk Fish.
We live, Jeff?
Yeah, we're live.
All right, we're back, and we have a couple very special. Scott, when you're over there talking, they can hear you because you got a microphone. Okay. We got everybody's making fun of me because I said Arey and Logan in the house, and they're like, "What happened to Hammerbury?" I said, "Well, he catches them, so they don't hammer them; he catches them."
Matt had to come up with his own special nickname.
Actually, I can't.
You know, they're roommates, so they got nicknames.
I can't take credit for it. Actually, Guck. Alan McGuckin, that works with Dynamic Sponsorship, started calling him Arey, and it just kind of caught on. I thought it was pretty cool, so we stuck with it. All right, so tonight, and Anthony Randall, you said he's been asking for Hammerbury for months and finally keeps asking. You don't have to keep asking anymore, Anthony. He is here in the flesh, and he brought some hardware. Can they see the hardware?
There's his trophy right here.
He can't even see the hardware.
Oh, you can see it. Where can you see
He didn't even have to get his wife to bring it.
Hey, he has 5 hours, but let's put it out there on the corner of the table. Will it fit right there between y'all where they can actually see it? Because I can't see it on the screen.
There we go, right there.
Right there? Will that block
I'll
us?
throw it in front of me. It'd be good.
All right. It's your trophy.
You can hold it.
Don't drop it. Whatever you do,
Take
don't
a hot
drop
lap
it.
with it, Canterbury.
Dude, I'm having flashbacks.
Now they
from,
can't see Matt. That's perfect.
Let me sit up.
You can turn around.
Jeff's directed.
Just put it in front of
This should have
Wes.
been done a long time ago. Put it right in front of Wes. Yeah, poor Wes. No,
I'm
that's
good.
good. Actually, I can see Wes
Yeah.
good. All right, so I know we got a bunch of people wanting to ask some questions. We went live on Instagram for a little bit before we jumped on Facebook, but go ahead and start shooting questions over, and I'll try to direct them. If y'all see something you want to address, jump on it. So let me just introduce Scott. For those people that don't know, Arey, Scott Arey, or Hammerbury, or just Scott Canterbury, which is his actual name. And him and I roomed together on the Elites. He just wrapped up an Angler of the Year title, his first year over. Couldn't be more proud to call him my roommate, but in all honesty, the dude just crushed it all year. To my right, which would be y'all's left, we got Wes Logan, who will be a rookie on the Elite Series thanks to his Angler of the Year title in the Central BASS points title, or Angler of the Year title. I don't know. I guess I said that right. Angler of the Year in the Central Points BASS Open. So congrats to Wes, too. And they made, just for y'all, they made a 5-hour drive, and I think they're crazy, but they made a 5-hour drive, started this morning, drove all the way here just to be on the show tonight, and then they're leaving after dinner tonight to drive back.
That's dumb.
I got to work tomorrow.
Do you really?
Yeah.
All right.
Canterbury-
I'll allow that.
Solo trails.
Canterbury's excuse is he's got to go fishing, and Wes has got a better excuse. He's actually got to work tomorrow. He's got to go build some cabinets with his cousin. So, uncle.
Both.
Uncle and cousin.
Yeah,
okay, all right. So, all right. So, any questions? Brian Collins said you need that decal for my boat to take to Potomac. Mr. B Thrift, I sent my address to you.
I got
What's
you.
up, fellas?
Right here. Right there's one.
If you're waiting on
Break.
Thrift to mail something out to any of you, it ain't gonna happen.
Don't hold your breath.
What he'll do is, as soon as the show's over, Jeff, would you send this decal to Bryant or whoever? And you may or may not ever see it. So, but you can order them also, and I don't think they're very much. They're like $30 or something. But we
For
do.
a decal?
It's carpet vinyl.
Oh.
He's talking about the carpet vinyl. Well, unless you're talking about the little decals.
Yeah,
and
we can-
then Thrift.
We'll figure something out. We got it.
Thrift will mail you one. It will come from Brian Thrift. He will mail you a decal.
Courtesy of Let's Talk Fish.
uh,
I need to borrow the car, Jeff, so I can mail this sticker out.
Like, did you just complain about a 47-cent stamp or something? I'm pretty sure he just said he needs money, didn't he? We got our buddy Thunderfoot in the house tonight back here watching too. Say what's up, Bruce.
What's up?
Bruce. Okay. All right. So I want to start with Wes over here.
Leanne asked you if you're drinking a Stella.
I was. It's actually empty, but I want to start with Wes.
He was.
I was. Yeah, it was the only thing that Jeff had in the refrigerator. I was a little disappointed. I want to start with Wes
I
over
bring
here.
a sun drop for myself, Scott, and Wes.
So is that y'all's first sun drop?
Yes.
No,
It-
I've had them before.
It's
You've had-
delicious.
It won't
ain't
be my last.
Oh, I was gonna. My next,
There you go.
My next question was, so how do you like your
Y'all
first
better
sun
look
drop?
out. That's the key right there.
Oh,
Y'all better
Lord.
watch out for Wes next year.
That
That's
and
the key.
using Thrift's boat, apparently. So, but all right. So we are. When will we go to MLF? J Mac, I promise you that 3 of us are not. I can't answer for Brian, but you will see Wes Logan, who will be a rookie next year on the Elite Series, and Canterbury and I will be back. So we will definitely be running the Elites. Scott and Matt, do you guys like the Elite Tour better than the FLW? If so, why? You know, Brian, honestly, it has its pros and cons. You know, I loved FLW, and I talk all the time. I'm just going to shoot this question over to Scott, but he could tell you. I mean, he can. We're probably on the same page.
Just
Ooh,
like he
there's a
said,
good
I love
question.
FLW. Had a great career there. It was like they treated me really good. I had no complaints at all. But, you know, it just felt like it was time for a change, and it wasn't a very easy decision. But after being there, I knew, even after the very first tournament, I said it all year that I was in the place that I needed to be. I mean, just the excitement that they bring to it, to the fans and the crowd and the audiences. The first tournament of the year, St. John's River, the whole field is full of people, and people are across the street on top of buildings holding up banners.
That's no
for
lie.
the weigh-ins. It's pretty awesome, and that was, you know, that's one of the reasons we do it. I mean, I love catching fish, but I love bringing them in and letting people see them. I love the excitement that's brought when you're at a weigh-in, and the crowds that Bass has is it doesn't compare to anything else. I mean, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and I'll echo what Scott said for the most part, and I did. I mean, I started my career at FLW, and I got
Most definitely.
nothing for love but for that organization. They're probably the most family friendly organization out there, and that's kind of how my kids grew up, you know, in FLW. But yeah, it was time for a change, and with everything that's happening in the industry, I think it was a good move for both of us, and obviously for Scott, you can see the hardware right there at the end of the table. It was a great move for him, and Thrift, you know, he got the Cup title this year, so
Yeah, I mean,
a good move for him to stay.
I think he done the right things. Things happen for a reason. He got the cup and won. I mean, he won a lot of money this year. So I mean, congratulations to Thrift.
Yeah,
I mean, it's been an awesome year.
Absolutely. So we'll get into some questions here in a minute. I want to touch on Wes because Wes had a phenomenal season. You won the points title. What was the points difference in first and second? I mean, you won it pretty easily, didn't you?
Yeah.
Not
John Cox
easily.
finished second.
John Cox.
John
finished
Cox
second.
did finish second, and he also finished third in the Eastern Division. But I think going into the tournament, he had like a 14-point lead on me. So I was able to make a good bit of ground on him. But I think, if I remember right, it was 9 or 10 points. That
Yeah,
I
so
ended up
it wasn't
jumping him.
super close.
Those trails to me are the hardest thing to win an Angler of the Year on because you've only got 3 or 4 events like the Costa Series.
You can't have a
They're
bad one.
super
You
tough.
can't.
I fished
You
a lot
can't
of them.
mess
I
up.
mean, I had some good finishes, and still, like I had a 5th, a 4th, and a 3rd, I think, and still just
barely
I
won.
was still worried I wasn't
Yeah.
going to win.
So those were your
I fished
finishes.
A lot of there's 4 tournaments.
Four
now, but
tournaments.
I fished a lot of them, and I finished second. You know, you win and you're into the Classic, and just to go on with how good of a year he had, he was really had a chance to win 3 of the 4 tournaments this year. He had to fish on to win a couple of them.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I
an awesome year.
had the chance to win all 3 of the top 10s I fished the last day, and they
Good
lost the
grief.
fish. It just wasn't meant to be to make the Classic, but we'll make it next year for
That's
sure.
right. I like the confidence. So tell us about your decision to join the Elites and how excited you are about that.
Yeah, I'm really excited. You know, I've always grown up, been watching everybody over, even watched y'all this past year. I mean, just the name, the Elite Series, the weight that it carries in professional fishing. I mean, when you tell somebody about the Bassmasters, I mean, they know what it is. Like, you go into a town, stuff like that, they know. I've always wanted to be there. As far as going into decision making, I just feel like the way the industry is right now and the way everything's setting up, it would just be. It may be better long term. I hope it is. I don't wish anything bad on anybody else, but I just feel like right now it's the best decision for me and to try and make a living professionally fishing.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to you a little bit about it. I know Canterbury's talked to you about it some, but I don't think you're making a bad decision whatsoever. I mean,
And that's nothing against FLW because I've
Of course
been over
not.
there twice,
Well-
and I mean, like you said, y'all started y'all's career there and they started mine, and I've I have nothing but love for
And
everybody
if
over there.
FLW was still in the same situation they were in the past 20 years, it'd be entirely different story too.
Yeah.
And I saw some questions, and we won't get into that because none of us really know the facts yet. I saw some questions about the merger, the buyout, blah, blah, blah.
Nobody knows.
We don't know the facts. I imagine they're going to be out sooner than later. So when we know the facts, we'll be glad to discuss that. But we honestly don't. We honestly don't.
I
mean, we don't know the details. And if this man to my left does,
Even at Mississippi, we were first and second going into the last day, which was pretty cool. Being
okay, I
buddies
just got a message at the feed.
Yeah,
drop,
we're getting several of them, Jeffrey.
Okay. Actually, it came text message from my wife, so I'm getting a bunch of messages
Now I
saying they
got
lost us.
No
Down.
viewers.
Feed down. Says broadcast interrupted.
Are we back?
I got 174.
Yeah.
Y'all let us know if you can hear
Is
us.
it back?
Okay, Dave Tinsman said
back.
we're back.
Hey, we're back.
It's back.
It's always Jeff's fault when we have a technical difficult.
Well, I am sitting
hey,
here right now. It
go
might have
ahead.
been mine.
I told you not to touch anything, Wes.
Bruce is here tonight, though, so we could blame it on Bruce.
You think Bruce is like interfering with the signal or something?
It could be Bruce.
You might be too close to the iPads. Oh, it's brainwaves. Brainwaves. For some reason, I doubt that. Yeah, but we'll. All right, so everybody says we're back.
I would like to call attention to everyone in the room. This is the first time I've seen Bruce wear a shirt with sleeves on it in a while.
Gosh, dang.
So
I thought you were going,
and he cut his hair. He got rid of the mullet.
I
so,
thought he was going to say wearing a shirt at all.
yeah. You know, never mind. Mama said if you can't say nothing nice, just keep your mouth shut.
That wasn't mean. I'm just
Right.
saying
No, it wasn't
Bruce
mean.
likes
Wasn't
to
mean.
show the guns.
Yeah. Show the guns. Shadbird. Oh, we might figure out who Shadbird is here. Anthony Randall said Shadbird knows how hard it is to win second place. I don't know. I wonder what. So who do y'all think Shadbird is? I think it might be Brian New. What do you think?
Now he's practicing down at Seminole for regional, BFL regional.
Not right now. He's not. It's dark.
Brian New could be practicing.
Well, I guess that we legally can't even practice.
I don't know anything, but I don't even know if they can get help. But I hear it's on fire down there.
This is public. This is a public site, so I mean,
I'm
anybody
not
can
saying
listen.
anything anyhow, but I hear they're catching them. It's all I know.
I didn't think he was going to actually.
I think that's going to be like the best regional at Seminole there's ever been because it's always been tough. I fished a lot of them down there in October, and it's hard to get a bite, but I think they're biting right now.
Well, we'll get to watch that online and see what them boys bring across the stage. All right, so Canterbury. We'll jump over to Canterbury real quick, and I know you had several top 10. How many top 10s did you have this year?
Second, third, and eighth, I think.
So 3 top 10s.
3 top 10, 2
And
11th place finishes.
Okay, 2 11ths. And your worst one
3
was
out of 9. That's pretty
40
good.
something,
Y'all
maybe?
had 9 events.
Yeah, I finished
10 counting the ALY, right?
The 2 tournaments that I look forward to the most this year when I saw the schedule was Gunnersville, which I live an hour and a half from,
Yep.
and Lake Fork, just because it's got giants in it, and I'd been there before and caught some. And I finished 49th at Gunnersville and 22nd, or 49th at Lake Fork and 22nd at Gunnersville, which was my worst 2 finishes of the year.
42nd.
49th.
49th. Okay, 49th. Well, so the 2 11ths, the 8th, 2nd, and the 3rd, and that was a. I mean that's
And then I had like
pretty dang stout,
17th
dude.
and a 19th or 18th,
That's
and
solid.
14th.
Yeah.
I had some good finishes.
Yeah, that's stout. And so congrats again to Scott because AOY title over on Bass,
that's-
especially first year
And
over.
that's the hardest title to win.
Hands down.
I hands
too.
down
I
think
mean, I
it's
don't
the-
have many trophies for winning
I
tournaments.
think
and
it's
I sure
the
would like
hardest
to have a
title.
blue one to put beside it, but
would y'all all agree that it's the most satisfying as an angler too?
most
Yeah.
definitely. I mean,
Okay.
that's what I've had plenty of interviews the last couple of weeks. But no matter if you're fishing your local club, or you're fishing a Thursday night
Yeah,
at Moss
it
Lake,
doesn't matter.
or
If
you're
you-
fishing AAA, or you're fishing the Elite Series. Every competitor, if you're a competitive bass fisherman, wants to win the top points at the end of the year.
Yeah,
and that's
absolutely.
what our goal is. I mean, most definitely. My
I
goal
thi-
was to make the Classic starting out, but you got to have higher goals too. So I mean, I reached the pinnacle this year. I was really blessed.
Yeah, I mean that was awesome, dude. And I was sitting here thinking I might be the only guy at this table that doesn't have an AOY title under my
I got
belt.
like a half. Mine's a half.
Well, no, wait a minute,
Oh,
wait a
that
minute.
counts.
Let me
That counts.
clear the air. I do have an AOY title, but if yours is a half, mine's like a third because mine was a BFL.
Oh, hey.
There you go.
Mine was a
that-
South
that
South,
counts. That
South
counts.
Carolina Division BFL 2008. I
got
believe
a
I won the
BFL
points title.
myself, so, yeah.
I
I
wouldn't
actually got a plaque for that and $1,000.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. buddy.
2008, I was in 7th grade.
Yes. So you were 13?
Yeah, 13. Something like that.
God,
God, our rookie year,
that's
he was
terrible.
12.
Dude.
When we started fishing, he was 12.
And now look at him now.
I
Wait,
know.
I'm
was
still
that
the same height.
How old are you now? 23?
25.
25, okay.
Just turned 25.
I don't add very well. 25's young, though.
Yeah. See, like, I didn't
mean,
even
people
start
from around the
fishing
house
professionally until I
know
was
how good he
27.
is.
Till when you were what?
I was 27 when I started fishing professionally.
Oh, professionally. I'm about to say you were fishing when you were like 3.
I was.
No, I didn't start bass fishing until I was in my
31 or
teens.
something.
15, 16, you had that little green and white Astro. I remember that over at Boss
No, I
Lake.
didn't get that till my junior year of college.
Huh?
That black and red Astro, I got it in my junior year of college.
Oh, I
First
thought
boat
it was
ever.
I thought it was white and green.
No,
Did you have a Procraft?
no.
You had an Astro. You and I both had an Astro.
Yep.
So good news for you, bad news for us three. That I was reading a statistic somewhere that a professional angler peaks between 38 and 45. I think it is.
I feel that old.
That's not good. Probably not good.
Good news for him. He's got to hang in there for a long time.
No.
He's got to survive 10
Well,
more
if you
years.
feel that old now, you might be in trouble. Actually.
I feel like I'm 35, so I'm just hitting my stride.
Yeah.
We know. We can tell.
Yeah. No kidding. No kidding. All right. So I saw a question about jig fishing earlier, and give me a minute. I'm going to have to scroll back to it. If you,
What is that?
If you, yeah. So we got two. I mean, obviously Thrift's a pretty hefty jig fisherman. We got two other boys that have literally made a living with a jig, and this is from Jeff Johnson. Jeff Johnson asked. He said, a horizontal or vertical line tie on a flipping jig, parabolic or fast action on a flipping rod.
You know, I mean, if you're asking me,
We're asking both of you. We'll
Okay.
let you start.
I used to tie on my own jigs, and I use a vertical line tie. A lot of guys like a horizontal. I've done them. I've used them both. Still do, but I sort of have a preference still to the vertical line
I'm the
tie. It
same
depends
way.
on what kind of structure you're fishing. And I've tried every rod there is, and you got to have some backbone, but it better be parabolic. Today's lines make up the difference from the old monofilament, and if you're using fluorocarbon or braid, you got to have a little parabolic action in your rod to land fish. The fish have to play themselves out. There's no doubt. It's helped me tremendously over the years.
Play them out. You put them in the boat with the snap of a rod.
Not a big one though. I mean, you know,
I've seen you boat flip some pretty big ones.
I have, but I mean, still, you need a little bit of parabolic action in your rod.
Yeah.
I'll let Wes go. I just want to say something real quick to your point, because the guy that taught me how to jig fish, Tom Mayhew, back in the day, used a freaking broomstick, dude.
Oh, that's
like
what
a
everybody
5.5,
used.
6 foot broomstick,
what
and he
everybody
used
used.
25-pound big game
Big
monofilament.
game line has so much stretch in
Yeah.
it. We don't have that stretch in our line now today.
That's
I used
right.
to use big game line, and I know Wes and them grew up using string, just blue fluorescent regular string.
30 pounds.
So you can see that line
You
jump.
can see it moving.
The stretch in the line, we don't have what we have today, and it's just so much better. If we had fluorocarbon line back then, there's no telling what we'd have done to our rods and our equipment.
All right, Wes,
Yeah.
you don't have to agree with him now.
No, I agree with him. And like at the,
They fish together. He's
I
got
know.
it.
I'll pick up on the rod thing. I actually went a little bit different at Grand Lake. We were flipping real shallow, and I was flipping 20-pound fluorocarbon. And I actually went to a medium heavy rod,
So something a little bit lighter.
just to get that a little bit more bend, so I wouldn't break off. Because when they bite it, I'm gonna freaking jack them, just like he does. I mean, I can't.
You're talking about that. Another thing I've noticed, and me and you've talked about it when we were using the same rod.
It's you and
If
I,
you're
Scott.
fishing, well, you and I, Matt and me, me and Matt,
Me and Wes.
if you're fishing that
Me and
shallow
Scott.
water and you set the hook on a fish and you've got a stiff rod, if that fish comes out of the water, the chances of him coming off just increase dramatically.
And we're not talking about like 12, 13 inches, like 3-pounders.
Yeah.
You'll jump 'em like on
You'll
swimming
jerk
something.
them out of the water when
And
you
you're
set
gonna
those.
lose.
They land at the
yeah.
boat, they're coming off.
Yeah,
every time.
90% of those
Yeah.
are coming
That's
off.
right. We all agree.
I agree with the line tie on the jig too. It really depends on the structure. Sometimes I like the flat eye on certain situations, but a
I've
lot of
never
times the
liked the
vertical
flat
eye.
eye.
If I'm
I
pulling
always
line, I mean, people really don't know, but
Yeah,
if I'm
pulling
old
string.
school flipping, pulling string, just going down a bank, pulling string,
Vertical.
and I like a half or a 5/8 jig, even a 3/4 sometimes. I like a vertical eye because my hook set is 90% straight up and down. I like a vertical eye, but other than that, I sort of a horizontal eye. But other than that, I like a vertical eye.
Similar to the same reason. Correct me if I'm wrong. Guys will only snell hooks if they're punching vertical cover.
Yeah, similar to that same reason.
Okay.
Thrift, have you ever pulled string?
Never.
Could you see
It's
him
dumb.
pulling string?
It's dumb.
There's not many people that probably know what
Is
that
that what
means.
y'all call that?
Yeah,
Pulling string? So explain to the viewers what you're
that's
talking
true.
about.
You never
That's true
touch your reel
flipping.
handle.
That's
You never
old
you never
school
mash
flipping.
your button. And now
One at a
everything is
time, one at a
pitching.
time.
Go,
Everything
Scott.
now is pitching.
Yeah.
We all pitch. We reel it up and we make longer pitches. You don't have to be as close to the fish. You're a little more stealthy. But my partner, when I learned how to flip and stuff, Charles Thomas taught me, he took shoe goo on the end of a quantum flipping stick and built a pistol grip on the end of a 10-inch handle now. His hands were so, and he held that grip is all he did. Oh, D. Thomas was one.
I remember that.
Pulls, you get your line set as far as you want it out, and in between the reel and the first guide. A lot of people add a guide closer to the reel, and you can get another foot or two of distance on your swing. But you just pull up, and as the jig pendulum's out, you let the line back out and ease it back into the water. He was talking about Kyle Dorsett, and I think the first time Kyle ever fished a tournament, I know, maybe the first time he really got bass fishing was with me, and we went and I was pitching and flipping back then because I'd been fishing with Charles. But Kyle is a big guy pulling string now. He loves to pull string.
I can't
He
see
can
him
catch 'em.
pulling string or old school flipping, whatever
He's
you
an
want to
old-
call it.
He can catch them.
He's
And
the
not
best.
breaking a
He's
rod
the
in
best
half.
to do it.
He builds his own rods, and they're a lot heavier.
Oh,
than
Have
right.
you got to
Okay, I
have
get
dirty
it.
water for that?
No.
Like I've never done.
No,
No.
no.
You just got to be stealthy.
You can't do that in North Carolina. Our fish ain't that
Y'all,
dumb.
your waters are like Norman's. They're so much clearer. I mean, it needs to be a little stained. It
Stained.
don't have to be dirty.
All right.
And y'all doing a lot on river systems too.
Yeah.
All right. So let me jump in. We had a couple pre-show questions, which we still take some pre-show questions, guys. I think they can submit them through the website, right, Jeff? Okay. He was actually listening. Somebody said I should quit and be an English teacher. Well, that might be a fallback career if I can't catch them anymore.
Don't be a math teacher.
Don't worry. That's the one subject that I did not do very well in. I'm going to direct this, if it's all right with my co-host, Thrifty, over here, since him and I answer questions all the time to Scott and Wes. But this is a good question from Justin, and he said, what are some good strategies, and we've touched on this a little bit, for a one-day tournament, because a lot of our viewers that are working 9-to-5 jobs and they have club tournaments or local team tournaments or whatever they are, they don't get time to practice. So if you're going to most of the time, though, they do have some experience on that body of water. Good strategies for a one-day tournament with zero practice. Who wants to go first?
It doesn't matter to me. I mean, that's what I grew up doing.
I like it. It doesn't matter to me. Well, I'll answer it first.
That's what I grew up doing.
Just
is
hold
fishing
up a
local
minute,
tournaments,
Wes. Just
and we
hold
didn't
up.
practice much. I was a shallow water guy. Still love to fish shallow. If you don't have practice, you don't have time to find them offshore. So, fish shallow. Try to figure out where they're on rock, where they're on wood, whether they're on their docks or in coosa grass or bank grass or whatever kind of structure you have. And once you find that, you sort of stick with it all day. But I stay shallow. I'm saying shallow, less than 8 foot, so you can cover more water that way. And it's just hard to win offshore if you don't practice, unless you have a honey hole or something on your local lake.
All right, Wes.
Yeah, and of course you're going to look at what time of the year it is, and you're going to have if you've been there before, you're going to have a starting point of where to, main lake, backs of the creek, stuff like that. But going with what Scott said, there's always fish on the bank, and not having enough time to find them offshore, unless you think if you're that good of an offshore fisherman, you might could find them the day of, but more than likely just burning the banks to try and get a few bites, and then try and put a pattern together that day, which sometimes that works out really good. Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't, just the way it works.
Let's see. Roger Whitesides said, hey, guys, new to the channel, just got back into bass fishing. Love it already. Roger, thanks for tuning in. I'm glad this is your first-time viewer. But, if you don't catch it live, which a lot of people don't, unfortunately, they still jump on. You can still download the podcast on Spotify or iTunes or what was the other one, Jeff? Everywhere.
What
Jeff
was
said
the other?
everywhere.
There was another one.
Stitcher.
What?
Thunderfoot was listening.
Attaboy.
All right.
I still don't know what a Stitcher is.
Thank you, Bruce. So, Matt, did you and Scott fish in the same spot at the last tournament? Seen others doing it? Yeah, we shared some water. We shared a lot of water at St. Clair, and we, it's nice because when you're in that area, and if you work together like Scott and I do, you know, we can compare notes on those fish. Those fish would get real fickle, and they'd bite one bait better than they would others certain times of the day and things like that. Conditions would be changing, and so every time we'd get close enough to where we could chat, you know, we'd compare notes and try to help each other out best we could.
We did that several times this year.
We did, yeah. We did it at Gunnersville some. We did it at St. Clair. Trying to think. I mean, of course, we helped each other all year, every fishery we went to, but. As far as actually fishing the exact same water, probably Gunnersville and St. Clair might be the only two places.
Yeah, where we were real close, yeah. Because, I mean, we saw each other some at 10 Killer, but it would be late in the day, you know, as I come back down the lake.
Right, yep. All right, so this question was directed to Brian, but I'm gonna change it around a little bit. This is from Daniel. I'm going to give it to Wes and Scott because I don't think their answer would differ too much from yours. So y'all are going to Lake Norman for a big bass bash or whatever they call them, the big bass tournaments. You're trying to catch just one big fish to win a boat or whatever, or just placing the hourly payouts. One bait. It's on October 28th. You get one bait to target those larger than average fish. And I say I'm not going to direct it to Thrift because I don't think y'all's answer would be much different.
No, probably not.
So let's start with Wes this time. I was looking at Scott.
No, that's good.
Threw you for a curveball, didn't I?
Okay. to start with, I've never been to Norman. Is Norman a herring lake?
No.
Or is it more just common?
It's a Highland Reservoir, clear water.
It's pretty normal. I mean, it's got a lot of variety, though. It's got a lot of creeks, got some colored water, got some clear water.
There's going to be, you're going
to catch a largemouth if you're wanting a big fish.
Well, you're going to either use a big top water bait all day.
That's one bait. That's your bait.
What? That's your bait. Which one now? Which one?
I'll get the other one because I use.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to specify a brand. But
I'll do the big top water. Scott will do the other one.
Is it a walking bait? Is it a buzz bait? Is it a frog? Is it
your biggest confidence?
Your most confidence.
Well,
I'm asking you.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw probably a plopping style bait.
Oh, as in a whopper plopper
or a buzz bait.
Well, there's other brands that are plopper bait.
You want to talk about those?
How many are there?
Yeah, they Bass Pro Shop.
Yeah, I mean everybody makes everybody. Let me. I'll put it this way.
The Chapo that Berkeley makes now.
Yeah,
there's one that sounds a lot better than the other ones to me.
Well,
and it's not a
Brian and I want to know what that one is.
This is Let's Talk Fish. We got to spill the beans.
The Berkeley Chapo sounds the best out of all of them.
There you go.
I've heard that. I've heard that from somebody else too.
Right?
No,
that's the Bass Pro.
No, the Chapo has a hard tail.
It's the hard tail, and it's not a soft tail.
All right,
thing I heard about is
that's what I was waiting on. Right, what he just said.
Yeah.
Look, Clifford Caldwell said it best. He said, "We want details. We want the goods."
That's the
thing that I've heard about that, and I mean, I don't have a Chapo. I've got a lot of their baits, but it sounds the best. It's harder to fish around cover, like if you're throwing on rip wrap or docks or something. If you hit something, it'll break that tail on it, where the other one won't break.
Huh? I don't like that because I hit lots of docks. I mean, I do.
They've done something with the new whopper ploppers. The tails are a lot softer, and it don't make the right noise. The original whopper ploppers I've heard are what you want.
Yes.
But nobody has
those. You'd have to get Watson Worldwide on here.
Y'all may not like it, but I like that plopper 75. Not necessarily for
the size is awesome.
I love that size bait because them two hooks are so close together, dude. They can't swing at that one and miss one.
That's right.
They can.
Huh?
They can.
Oh, you had Bram or something trying to nip it.
I mean, if we're on that same question as my, you know, definitely if I had two baits, that like Wes said, but I would throw a big swim bait if I was looking for one bite, some sort of. Probably. I mean, I love throwing like big glide baits and stuff, but I haven't caught enough fish on them, so I'd throw a soft swim bait.
But there again, it's just one bite. You're just looking for one bite.
It would be a soft bodied swim bait, not a glide bait. It'd be a swim bait, just a bigger style swim bait.
So Derek Westfall had a good point about the Chapo. I have noticed that about the ploppers. They do roll quite a bit. A lot of those baits roll. You got a tip? I know Thrift's figured out a tip for how to make those things not roll.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's
Put bigger hooks on it.
Yeah.
Okay, you're just upsizing your hooks.
Yeah. That gives it more weight on the bottom. Yeah, that makes good sense.
Them big old giant owner, what size? I put what you gave me some one time, and I put them on
a long time ago.
I can't remember what they were though.
It's
what the size hook it was.
It's just weight that you're adding to the belly. You can use
2-aught. It was a 2-aught.
Okay, you can use tungsten putty around the eyelets. You can use suspend strips, anything to weight the belly,
just to keep it upright.
Right.
All right, Gary Waters said Wes Logan is a hammer.
For sure.
I'm not going to disagree with that. He's a nail.
He told me on the way over here there's going to be 3 hammers and a nail, and I said, I guess I'm the nail.
All right, so just to prove Matt wrong, he said Thrift would say Damiki Stinger. So for the Big Bass Splash, come on now, you're not throwing a stinger.
No, not for singling out. Like, if I don't want to get many bites and I just want to target a big one, I probably wouldn't throw it. I would be throwing most likely a buzz bait and swimming a jig.
A buzz bait and swimming a jig.
Yeah.
Good.
You swim with
Big fish technique.
Yes, you can. Not like you like.
Nah,
to
you
swim
don't
on
need an 8
necessarily.
inch. The 6 inch is big enough. And I know some
I know
boys
it's-
that may want to get
it's similar.
some before a
It's
certain
similar.
tournament in South Carolina.
Daniel, appreciate you watching, man. Don't forget, we do have, excuse me, we do have a trivia question in the show tonight. We are giving compliments of Brian's sponsor, Sportsman's Warehouse.
Oh, yeah.
We have a Sportsman's Warehouse gift card. We got more of those coming at you here in the coming weeks. And we also have a hoodie, compliments of Angler's Choice Marine, and a hat also to go along with our giveaway tonight. We'll get to that about 8 o'clock when the show ends. So I did have a little bit of housekeeping to take care of. Oh, the Special Ops Survivors Tournament that Angler's Choice is actually title sponsoring. I noticed Gator Guards, one of my sponsors, is participating in that event also. I don't have the sponsor list in front of me, but it is November 9th. It's for a great cause, y'all. It's at Lake Norman, and I believe it's out of Queens Landing. I don't have the brochure in front of me, but I think it's at Queens Landing. We'll talk about that tournament again before it actually happens. And something else, actually, my wife just texted me to remind me, because we'll have a show before I leave for it. But don't forget, and I talked about this on a previous show, the Toyota Owners Tournament. What?
24-inch
Oh,
stinger.
Clarence Belcher said.
I didn't see
That's
that.
pretty funny. 24-inch stinger. Yeah. That God, that'd be a big old stinger. What's the diameter on that 24-inch
The
stinger?
6 inch stinger's the deal.
You know, I saw.
Be like the bottom
We're
of
not
that water
interrupting
bottle.
you. It did change that though. They had the.
I wasn't done,
Davey
Scott.
Hite and guys got inducted into the Hall of Fame this week, and I saw somebody had the world's largest Senko. It was like 5 foot long.
Oh,
Holding
wow.
that Great big Senko.
Wonder who made that.
I guess Yamamoto did if it's a Senko.
All right, so the Toyota Owners Tournament, October 26th, 27th, Pickwick Lake. All the Toyota team guys will be there. Free entry fee, guaranteed 30 places, paid out, $5,000 first place prize. So, and Toyota's going to have a lot of goodies for all the people that register for that tournament. It's going to be an awesome event. If y'all can come out to that, come out to that. And the SOS, or Special Ops Survivors Tournament, Angler's Choice, November 9th at Lake Norman. That'll be a good one, too.
Yeah.
I think
I'm fishing that one.
Thrift is fishing that one.
Already signed up.
He's already signed up. He's already signed up.
No.
Aren't you fishing with
Look,
Trent?
me and Trent are
So
fishing
Trent from Angler's Choice Marine
Yeah.
is actually partnering up with Smoke over here, and they're going to go out and
I hadn't been on Norman in a long time.
every time he says that, he wins. Every time he says that.
No, see, if you look at my history on Norman, I rarely win a one-day event there. Give me 4 days, I'll catch up to you. One day's tough on me.
Yeah, I'm gonna second that. I mean, it's hard to win a one-day tournament on Norman, especially with the sticks that are around here. I mean, there's guys around here that spend 3 or 4 days a week on that lake.
Same thing at
Oh,
the
yeah.
house.
All
I
the
can't
time.
That
win
way at
anymore.
home.
That
No.
way in Alabama too.
And they're good there, too.
Let's see. All right, so Matt Hicks, he said Arey can't deer hunt the day of the Special Ops
Oh,
tournament.
you fishing with Matt.
me. I'm
There
not
you
fishing
go.
with you, man. I'm just. I'll tell anybody. If KVD call me or Smoke,
What
but
are
he
you
won't fish with
doing?
me anyway. I'm going. It's November. I do not bass fish in November. I will never bass fish in November.
I'm coming
All
back
you got
for
to
a hunting
do,
trip.
you've already killed one.
I got another tag in my pocket.
So kill it before then, and then you can go fishing.
All right, I'll make a deal with everybody. If I tag out before then, I'll fish it.
Well, I'd hope so,
You're hunting
because
Big
then
Ten tomorrow,
if you
Huh?
go hunting after
You
you
gonna hunt
tagged
Big
out,
Ten in
what's
the
the
morning?
point of it?
I'm going in the morning. Yeah,
He may tag out tomorrow.
I'm going in the morning. So, Matt, you better be wishing for big deer to walk by me
Hey,
tomorrow
I've seen
morning.
a couple questions while we're on the topic, not to be talking about hunting, but so y'all made a little agreement if Scott won Angler of the Year.
Oh, I
Y'all-
saw a comment about
Have
that.
y'all
earlier.
decided where are you going?
Oh, I'm still
We're
shopping.
going somewhere good.
Oh, Matt's still
Yeah,
shopping.
I'm still
Okay.
shopping.
We're
so
going.
explain to the folks what's going on here.
I'll let Scott explain it because he's the one.
Yeah,
I mean,
this-
first of
it
all,
was
it was
his
his idea,
idea.
not mine.
Yeah, I mean, we've worked together, and I mean, I've helped Matt. He's helped me a lot this year. At we go to St. Clair, and he's got some rock ridges and stuff, and we start fishing them and catch some fish off of them. I ended up weighing in a lot of fish off of a couple of them. But anyhow, I made a deal with him. We've been working together, and he was talking about winning the AOY title and stuff. And it's just, that's like a lifelong dream to win that. I told him, I said, dude, as much as you like it and or you love it, and I like deer hunting too. And I'd been telling him I'm taking my daughter hunting and stuff. So I said, if I pull this off, I said, we're going on a big hunt next year, and we're going to go. And we're going to go somewhere. I just got to There's liable to be 5 or 6 of us. I got some buddies at the house that
Wes,
going
me
on
and
those
you go
trips, but
fishing that week.
I'm just taking care of Matt's trips. I mean,
Yeah, you better clarify that. He said
he's
5 or
got
6
some-
buddies going. He's just taking
there
care of
may be
mine.
some other buddies go with us, but I'm taking care of Matt.
You'll
and
be 30 grand deep.
You've that title not.
I was pulling for you all
Oh,
year.
that's right.
So I mean, I feel
The,
like you should cover me as well.
You're
Matt's
like the
been
6th
looking.
person that said that.
Matt's had some good ideas. He found one place. I think. What did you say? Illinois. One good place you was looking at. the
Yeah,
other day?
yeah, got a and hey, we got 250 viewers on right now. Y'all feel free to shoot in some ideas,
Some
and
ideas.
options for
For
us.
the right price, y'all could come sit behind my
going to
shop.
hunt in a fence either. This is all free range, so it's going to be.
Did
we're
you hear-
just going out and have a good time.
Did you
For
hear
the right
Thrift?
price, y'all can come sit behind my shop.
I saw a deer you killed there this week.
Yeah. Oh, Kevin Clark. All right, so we're going to announce that. Kevin, thank you for the input. Glenn Brown Memorial Tournament. Everybody that knew
yes.
Glenn, awesome, great guy, great fisherman, a friend of all of ours sitting at this table. And they're having a memorial tournament, which I was unaware of, on Harris Chain, October 19th.
Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome.
And there'll be a great tournament. I'm sure that's going to be a great event. I wish I could make it down there for it.
Yeah, that's let's see, that's next.
It
That's
is October 19th.
A
Not
week
this
from Saturday.
weekend, but next
a
weekend.
week from Saturday. All right, so guys, note that on your calendar if you can make it to that. That'd be awesome, absolutely awesome. All right, Montana. I'm getting Saskatchewan. I need specifics.
Matt didn't want to go to Saskatchewan.
we
You
know-
Brad Knight goes up there every year, and he's trying to get me to go this year, and I would love to go, but I've already got plans like November the 2nd. I think he's going to leave the 2nd and come back on the 12th, and it would be a great trip. We may plan on something
Is he
like
bow
that.
hunting?
He has. He's killed a big one there with his bow, but he gun hunts. You carry both. I mean,
So when does
you'd
he
hate
go?
for a 170 to come out at 120 yards and you not get a shot or something.
Nah, I've watched a lot of deer walk by me with a rifle in my hand and with a bow in my hand and not cared. I used to care about that.
Brad hunts a lot, so I'll talk to Brad and we may get some ideas. Shane Underwood hunts a bunch at the house. He probably got some good connections. We're going somewhere good and going to have some pictures, and Matt's going to have a deer head to put on the wall somewhere.
That's all I need to hear.
There you
That's
go.
all I need to hear. We're gonna have a good time. That's the main thing. All right, y'all. I appreciate the input. I'm getting Kansas, Saskatchewan, Montana, but we need those are all great states, but we need specifics. We need references because everybody knows how outfitters
Where
are.
can me and Wes go fishing while they're doing
There
this
you go.
hunt?
There you go.
Wes likes this hunting stuff too.
I
man.
like to hunt, but
Actually, he said that he's one of the ones. I've just realized he said the exact same thing you did.
I
Wes
thought
said,
I was gonna get in on the deal.
Yeah, he said since I qualified for the elites next year, his reason was worse than yours. He's like, since I made the elites, he said, can I not get in on the deal too? I said, yeah, just bring your checkbook.
Bring your checkbook.
Somebody said Kansas. Kansas is super hard to get a tag in, I think.
No,
Is it
It
Kansas?
depends on. I think it depends on the unit and things
I
like
have
that.
no idea
Hash
what we're
Knife,
talking about.
Hash Knife Ranch. Adam sent me that message the other day. Is a pretty awesome ranch, but I can't find anybody that's been there. That's where the Primos boys used to hunt all the time.
Yeah.
And the Hash Knife is a pretty awesome operation, from what I understand. But I would like to have some references, at least people that have been to some of these places.
Scott Wiley goes to Saskatchewan every year. Brad Knight goes to different places. We'll find
I
somewhere.
had a chance to go.
I don't know that I
last
want to
year.
go somewhere where I got to sit in a box
with a heater.
all day when it's 20 below zero, though. I mean,
That's why
I
I
don't
didn't
either.
go.
Golly,
I
it's
called
just-
my
it
buddy.
doesn't
He had me a
sound fun
place
to me.
in Saskatchewan. All I had to do was fly up there and hunt. And I called him the week before I was going to leave, and it was minus 30, and I didn't go.
Yeah,
I think that was a good
I
idea.
don't blame you to go if it's minus 30.
Yeah.
They don't nothing need killing that bad.
No, sir.
No.
Not at all.
All right, so shoot us some more questions. What time we got? Anybody know what
Hawaii.
time it is?
Somebody said Hawaii for
7:40.
access deer.
7:40.
7:40. We
All right,
got plenty of
we still
time.
got 20 minutes. I want y'all. We got 2 AOYs, a Forest Wood Cup champion sitting in here. I mean, y'all got to have some more fishing questions.
Yeah, we need to get off the deer.
Get off this deer hunt.
Y'all hunt.
We
public
talk
land in
football,
Hawaii for
college
No,
football. The
no
season's getting
football.
going.
No football.
Billy, I don't care how much Kansas tags are. Scott's paying. Didn't y'all hear that? It don't matter if it's $500, $600, $700. I got me a sugar daddy for this hunt. All right, big money for Hash Knife, $6,000 each 15 years ago. Wow,
Man, I ain't
did
worried about
not
it.
know that, Josh. I
That's
don't know.
a good place, man.
He did. He did set a budget. He did set a budget. I think the budget was less than $6,000. So,
I'll get these guys that we know to help out too. I mean, but everybody send some input. But
Brad Knight just got on there.
Brad's
well,
on
he
there.
knows. He
All right.
knows where to hunt for sure. He'll help us out.
Brad's got the intel on the hunting
we
locations.
may go kill a elk instead.
Ooh.
He goes to New Mexico elk hunt. I think Brad's killed 3 there. One big one with his bow, one with his gun.
Oh, don't get me started.
I've seen a couple questions about the classic on Gunnersville. So,
Yeah.
what's y'all's thoughts on it, Scott? They've been
Yeah.
directed
You know, I mean,
specifically
Yeah,
to
right.
Scott
Of
being the
course.
local.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's not my home lake or nothing, but it's going to be awesome. I mean, the first week of March, it's going to be so weather dependent to do what the fish are doing. I mean,
Yeah.
it's lovely snowing. I mean,
I
some of
remember-
our biggest snowstorms have been in March, so
But
it could
that's
be
when they
snowing
bite.
and cold. Jerk bait would be unbelievable. Rattle trap bite would still be great, or it could be 75, 78 degrees and fish trying to get on the bed. I mean, there could be some fish caught off the bed that week and a lot of them staging, ready to come up. I mean, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of big fish, and you're going to have to catch
The
really big
only
ones if you
thing
wanna
that's
win.
about guaranteed in March at Gunnersville is a tornado.
What?
I hope not.
In March?
Not in March, is it?
Not in March.
I thought it was April.
No,
he
that's
says guaranteed.
that's more like snow.
No.
Yeah,
Or
I don't
or-
know.
we could be
Tornado.
ice skating. or they
Hey, when
could
we
be.
was at, when I won, the week that I won the Costa event at Eufaula, that may have been March. There was a tornado at
Oh
the
yeah.
house.
Oh yeah.
It was March or April. I think that was April. But anyhow,
Kevin Clark said he's got some cows. He'll be glad to glue horns on for y'all boys for the right price. Namely $600.
They eat darn good, darn good.
Yeah.
But and if sorry, Scott, you keep going because I'm writing down outfitter recommendations from our viewers.
Oh my God.
No, I
I think Brad Stout's wanting to go on this hunt.
You need to go, Brad. Go
Brad who?
Straighten
Brad
these
who?
boys out.
Brad's on an elk hunt right now.
Brad goes on the best hunts. I mean, he's killed like a 7-year-old, one eye, blind in the other eye deer. I mean,
He did like a 150.
yeah, it's blind in his left eye and it didn't have a right eye, and it's just walking around hitting trees. And he
Really?
Gets, yeah.
That sounds like what I killed.
That's about a true story. That's a darn close to a true story. All right, let's get back to some fishing questions. They're gonna get mad. Everybody's gonna get mad at Matt. They're gonna blame it on me because we're
Here's
talking
a good
hunting.
one just
All
to
right.
kind of throw some.
Is it fishing related?
Yes.
All right, get on it.
Billy Dryden asks, "What's a killer bass tactic no one talks about?" That's a
secret.
that's a good one.
Well, you ought to know.
We're on
You're
Let's
on.
Talk Fish, and there's no holds back. What would your bait be
Let's hear
to
it.
catch solid keepers? Your one bait that you go to, Wes.
No, that's not the question.
No, that's a killer tactic.
A
Right?
tactic no one talks
This
about.
is one that no one talks about. If he'll say, well, no, it's a flipping, but still, it's a tactic.
You talking about?
I was talking about bait.
the bait.
Yeah, but don't do it then. We're not going to
No,
do it.
you got
What's
to
your
do it.
tactic?
You got to do it now. It's out there. Let's hear
I
it.
just throw a Nico rig.
No, let's hear it.
He said a
rig
Nico
catches
rig. I
them.
mean, that's
That's a good tactic that nobody.
Is
It got
anybody-
hot for a little
Everybody
while.
knows
I got
about a
question.
Nico rig.
Do y'all know what a chicken rig is?
yeah. Actually, we talked about it on the show one night,
Oh,
but I
okay.
forgot. I done forgot.
It's
know
it's
what
like
it is.
Nico rig, but I've never done it. We were talking about it at the Pittman
Well, it
Creek
ain't
show.
your killer tactic.
Oh, it works. I mean, it ain't
It
mine.
works. I've never done.
I've
it
never
works.
done it, but they say it. I mean, a Nico rig works.
I got
A
a
Nico
12-foot
works
cast
no matter
net.
how deep it is.
They
It can
take
be-
that Nico
yeah.
rig hook and run it through the worm and then weedless.
Oh
hook it.
yeah, people was doing that a long time ago.
Dude, I was just born 20 years ago.
Good point. I remember seeing that on the Potomac
You're
River.
like twice
first
his
time.
age
I
almost.
am.
I was in diapers
What
like
do you mean
3 years
I
ago.
am? You are too.
You're older than me.
I'm older than both
I
of y'all.
think that is true.
Yeah, a couple years.
How old are you now?
40.
Yeah, I'm 43.
Well, that goes back to my point. Peaking between 38 and 45.
I'm only
Forest
got
Wood
2
Cup
more years.
champion at 40. Angler of the Year title at 43. I mean, y'all are
We're
living
gonna
proof.
make it peak from 38 to 50.
Hold on a
Give
second.
me a few more years. Come on.
Thank you, Brent Johnson. Sampson's Whitetail Mountain.
I got a killer tactic that a floating fly not a lot of people know about.
Yeah, when the
On
water
schooling-
gets cold, hey,
Yeah.
nobody really talks about ever. But if you get in Tennessee, up around Del Hollow and stuff, that's
Yeah.
a big technique. Table Rock one year, I think Brent Ayler blew the tournament out. If it would have been a 4-day cumulative weight, he wouldn't have had to fish the last 2 days.
Yeah. Yeah. I ended up
He
finishing
wasn't
fourth.
doing that, but I finished 17th or 19th, and I caught every fish on a floating fly, and that's the only time I've ever done it. So it is a good technique.
I'll tell you another one in
Super
relation
cold
to
water.
that, and this will be mine, but it's not. And it kind of went to the wayside. A lot of people didn't know about it. A lot of people didn't use it, but I've seen it work on Clarksville. I've seen it work on Hartwell, especially Heron Lakes. It's a popping cork with a floating fly behind it.
They at the Forest Wood Cup at
Cup.
Wheeler.
Yeah, Wheeler.
And now
There
the
was
float,
guys
the
doing
fly
that.
floats also.
Made a
No,
top
there was
10
guys
doing
doing that and made the cut doing that.
Where
And
was
I mean,
that?
I was on the same schooling fish as guys that made the cut throwing a popping cork around me. I didn't have no popping cork.
No.
Well, that's my point. You're
Yeah.
looking at a BASS Angler of the Year that didn't have one, or you knew about it probably.
Oh, I knew it, but
Just
we used
hadn't
to
fished
strike
it a
fish
lot.
with it. I mean, I fished below Logan
Can
Martin
y'all
down
throw it?
in the tail race.
That's a good question. Can we throw a popping cork? Yeah, because the
Yeah,
cork,
'cause
the
it
cork
doesn't
has
have a
nothing to do
hook
with
on
a
it.
hook or being a lure or anything.
But it's like a teaser. It's an attractor.
I
It'd
would
be like
think we could
throwing an
throw that.
Alabama rig with one hook if you
I
had
think we
14
could throw. No,
swim
it's
baits
not.
on it.
I
Same
yeah,
think
thing.
that's
we could
not
throw
the
that.
same thing because there's not a
Because
bait on
if
it.
you're
It's a
saying you
cork.
couldn't do that, you couldn't throw a floating fly because it's got a cork on it too.
Or it's Trip Weldon. Trip Weldon watching tonight.
But
We
it's
can get on
not
Trip.
attracting. The popping cork's intention is to attract.
Floating flies a killer.
We'll
on
have to
smallies.
ask our tournament
It is a
director,
good
Brian.
deal.
Yeah.
You know,
It's a good question.
one thing that's gone away a lot in professional bass fishing, and it's more time of year that we're fishing than anything, and it hadn't gone away because it's in all of our arsenals, is the shallow water cranking, flat-sided crankbaits and stuff. You don't see that as much. Like, we don't go to the right lakes at the right time to do that, but that's a great technique.
Douglas
too.
Cook
Love
said the
fall fishing.
bungee jumper rig. Does anybody know what the bungee jumper rig is?
Never heard of that.
And unless that's
Please
that little
explain.
drop shot bouncy thing.
No, I've done that.
You remember that?
Colin, yeah.
Yeah. There was like a little stretchy drop shot thing you put a drop shot weight on
I bought elastic
and it
string
would
and did it.
go back.
You
and
can
forth.
you can let your weight stay in one
Yeah.
place and your bait move. I've done that a bunch for bedding fish.
Yeah, bedding fishing, that was a good deal.
Drove them crazy.
All right, so y'all still going?
Where are we going?
You got to give us a secret, Thrift.
Quit writing down hunting
you-
stuff.
I'm getting
Look,
recommendations.
he's got 3 pages of notes over here for somewhere to go deer hunting.
I have to do my research. Look, I want Scott. I want
know, there's-
Scott to get the most for his
There's-
money.
There's really not.
I'm trying to do this for
There's
Scott.
really not many
Oh lordy!
secrets out there. I mean, it's more hard work than it is having a secret technique or some way to catch fish.
Give us a secret,
He
Thrift.
somebody just got a silver buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good wintertime.
That's
a
a
dang
good
bait.
one.
good
Wintertime,
one.
spring.
Kevin
even
Clark
in the
said
fall.
We were talking about that.
Helicopter lure, and Josh White said the banjo lure. So, how about the one with the cut with the bite mark in it? That
With the
bleeds?
red looks
Oh,
like
the
blood.
mighty bite.
Mighty Bite.
Mighty
That's
Bite.
it.
Oh yeah,
Mighty Bite.
it's still going strong at like 6 a.m. on the what's the little
Shopping, home
Yeah.
shopping.
Info
network.
box.
QVC
My
or something.
dad,
like
Yeah.
my dad bought some jigs one time that the head had a battery in it and screwed together. It would vibrate. And I threw it and got a bite one time. I set the hook and it came apart where it was screwed together. All I come in was with the eye in front of the head. That was not a good
Lord
idea.
have mercy. That's a
The
flying
flying
lure.
lure.
That thing caught
Thank
him
you, Neil
actually.
Paul.
Yeah,
I,
it did.
I caught him on
the
that
flying
joker.
lure.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Jimmy Barnes said that about the time you mentioned that, Thunderfoot. He said flying lure.
Zach Burge.
Hey,
wants to know-
Burge
Hey,
has
we're
got
going-
you
we're
in.
Burge,
going
Burge.
to
He's the
Burgess. world's best
All right.
duck hunter, I think.
All right,
I think
Zach
he's the
Burge,
world's
my boy Burge is in the house, and he's on, and he is like the world's
I've never
best duck
been
hunter.
there.
I'm telling
I've
you.
never been.
I've
to
Listen.
never killed a duck. One
I've
duck,
never
and I
been
shot
to-
it.
We'll make a deal because
Duck hunting is unbelievable.
I don't want to hunt with these jokers in the same blind,
Why not?
and I don't want my face shot off. And
He's not
Burge,
pointing at me.
if you'll just hook me and Canterbury up with some good deer hunting land, we'll come out and do that, and you can take these jokers right here duck hunting. So,
Duck
and
hunting,
Walsh,
I might be in on the
Definitely
duck hunting too because I've
Walsh,
been telling him I'm
I've
going.
never been duck hunting.
All right,
I've heard
just
it's fun.
point
though.
me
It's
to
a
a
lot
tree.
of fun. You don't have to be quiet. You don't.
Hey, that's right up my alley.
You can sit there and eat. You can do.
That's
whatever
right
you
up
want.
my
You
alley.
drink
It's good.
Sundrop.
Yeah.
You might need a camouflage bottle. That's kind of.
If it's cold, you can have a heater in the blind with you.
Birds, you don't know what you just did. You have no idea.
I've been telling him for a few years I'm going to go out there. Just haven't made it around to.
I've been wanting to go out there and kill a Rio, but I
ain't
still
he got
ain't
a channel
to.
like Foul Militia or something? They
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, they
kill
wreck
so
'em.
many ducks, dude.
They wreck them. All right, so if you got to pick a lake and date to add to the FLW and or bass schedule next year, what would it be and when? All right, let's start with Thrift. Anything that's on the FLW schedule right now, you could change it to any lake in the country, and you could pick any date. Where would
Any
it be?
date, any lake.
Boy.
That's hard to do because the lake I want to go to is one I've never been to, and I don't even know the name of it.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
I
When would
mean,
you go?
I want to go somewhere I've never been before.
Thunderfoot's head
He
spinning
doesn't,
and
he
eyes are
doesn't
crossed
want an
over.
advantage over anybody, obviously.
Yeah, I want to go somewhere I've never been.
I can't
before.
believe he didn't say like Moss Lake in July
Yeah.
or something.
Nah.
Knowing
If
he
you
would
ask
walk
me,
away
I
with
mean,
it.
I'd want
No.
to go. But I'd want to go to somewhere. I mean, like
I-
Logan
Nah,
Martin,
every,
Eugene.
like
That's where I would want to
every
go.
time I go somewhere I've never been before, I do the best I'm ever going to do there.
You know, that's funny he says
no
that.
matter what.
5 of the 9 tournaments we had this year, I think I'd never been to.
Yeah,
and it was all my best tournaments. That's funny you said that, but that was my best tournaments all year long.
Yeah,
never been to any of them.
My theory is the fish on that lake, they don't know my tricks. They're not educated.
That's not my theory, but that's pretty good.
That's my
Wes?
I wore my boots. Thank goodness.
All right, Wes, you give us one. You give us one.
Oh,
And you know
man.
the elite schedule next year, don't you?
I do.
Okay.
I do. And I mean, I hate to say it, but there's an open coming to Neely Henry at the end of May that's about the perfect timing. I mean, it's going to be a good tournament. That's when I'd pick Neely or Logan Martin, like Scott said, in the summer. I mean, it's tough, but I mean.
You think you just got a little bit of advantage. You get to sleep in your own bed.
Yep.
Your family gets to be at the weigh-ins. It's pretty awesome when you get to fish close to the house.
They don't
Yeah,
You
know.
know,
that
if
is.
you look at the elite schedule for next year,
What?
it is
Nothing.
a big bass factory.
Oh, dude, it's going to be
tournament.
sick.
Every tournament's
It's
going to be
gonna be
unbelievable. It's going to be the most
20s
exciting
and 20s and 20s and
Yeah.
20s.
You don't have 20s, you ain't
If
gonna
you
be
don't
even
catch them
talked
at
about.
every tournament we got next year, you're in
Chick
trouble.
will be a wild card. Chick will have giants weighed in, but it will be tough to
It
catch
will
them.
be real
I feel
tough.
like just
The
because it's
second-
February.
What is that? Second week of
February.
February?
Yeah.
It could be
No.
Huh?
hard to catch 'em.
It's just because it's easy for you, Smoke, doesn't mean it's
Yeah.
easy for us minions.
It
No,
was good this year.
We
in
can't throw a
February.
A-rig.
Yeah, we can't throw
Yeah,
an
it
A-rig.
wasn't
That's
good.
right.
They were there in March.
Nah, I fished something there this year in February or
No, you
March.
didn't.
March.
March is an
March.
entirely different month than
Yeah, that-
February.
It's liable to be froze over in February.
It's exactly the same.
We'll be ice skating out there.
It's exactly the same.
That's the most unintelligent statement I've heard from the most intelligent fisherman
no, it's
ever.
the
I'm
same.
gonna call a Faber
February and
borrow
March
his-
exactly the same.
I'm gonna call a Faber and get his.
It's
get
the
his
same.
board.
Are y'all going the end of March?
No,
No.
second week of February.
It's like Valentine's Day.
That's better.
Ooh.
They'll be
That's
like-
my favorite
they'll be
time
like
of he's saying
15
that.
pounder weight in.
You know
That's
why
my
he's saying that?
favorite
There
time
probably
to
will
fish.
be like a 12-pounder weight in
Yeah.
or a 13-pounder.
That is my favorite time to fish the Tennessee River. Is February.
Even on the drawdown lakes.
Yes, they got less water to be in, easier to catch.
Ooh.
Oh,
We're all not at
Lord,
thrift.
here we
I
go.
mean, when the water's down 8 feet, you got
Thank you, Lenny. Old
they
Mexico
congregate.
hunting resort.
He's still getting hunting stuff.
yeah.
All right. What time we got, Thrift? You're a timekeeper.
We got
Will
753.
Yelverton says that Wheeler has more grass than Gunnersville now.
You gonna
Hey,
be
I
back
heard
like
that.
I
last
heard
week.
that too.
I heard
How
that
would you
last
like
week.
to? I mean, Wheeler's going to make a comeback.
Yep.
Wheeler's going to be a great fishery.
Might take some pressure off of Gunnersville, too.
Yeah. Well,
Wheeler's
I don't
got a
know.
lot of good fishing.
It's got big ones.
It does. It's got a lot of big smallmouth in it too. All right, let's see. I do October on Lake Simcoe. Simcoe.
Hey, I
of
heard
Sim-
that
where's
was a
Simcoe?
really good
I've
lake.
heard of Simcoe.
I think that's
Is it
the
Minnesota or something?
no, it's in Canada.
Oh, that's
I
close.
think that's where the Johnston brothers are, like they live around there or something.
okay. All right.
I heard it's a really good lake in the fall.
Andy M. I'm assuming that means Montgomery caught one almost 14
Andy
pounds.
Morgan caught
Oh,
one.
Andy Morgan.
He did. He caught a
Caught
giant,
one
like a
almost
fish of a
14
lifetime.
pounds on Chick in February.
I
I
bet
think
on a jig too.
there'll be some great big ones caught
Oh,
in that
yeah.
tournament, no doubt. Holt Lake in Alabama in March. Where's Holt Lake?
That's the Alabama River with all them big giant spots. That
I would like to go there. And
I mean, like 30-pound bags.
let's see. Luke Garcia. That's an interesting question, and I'm gonna let y'all attack this one because three of us are married, and
I might as well be.
Wes said he might as well be.
He's
And
married,
I don't
too.
necessarily like. All right. Let me just ask the question the way it reads. This is from Luke Garcia. It said, "How selfish do you think being a pro angler is? Could you ever do it without being so supported by your wife's / family?"
I couldn't do it without.
No.
it.
Nobody
I'd quit
could do
right
it.
now.
None of us could.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And the support that everybody thinks this is a single person sport. It absolutely is not.
No.
They are 50, if not 51% of everything that we do. Actually, more than we're not home. So that's an easy question to answer. But I mean, dude, I know
I
what
couldn't
y'all's
do it
wives
without
do when
Allie.
you're gone.
Yeah.
And I mean, Brian and I both have 2 kids. Scott's got a daughter.
Like we got a tournament
Wes,
this
I hope you
weekend
don't
on
have any
Saturday. I had
kids.
to call my
don't-
wife
I
to see if I
don't.
can fish it.
I miss and I mean, I'm in the same boat with these guys. I mean, we miss a lot being on the road. Miss a lot of your kids growing up and a lot of activities that they have, and that's the toughest thing about it. I mean, we're truck drivers for one thing, get to drive around the country about 30 to 40,000 miles a year, but being away from your family is the toughest thing in the sport.
Yeah.
Ruben, where's your local lake? He said would love to see how a pro fishes his local
I'm
lake.
still thinking about the lake I want to go to.
You still thinking about it?
I'm still thinking about it.
Yeah,
because
You
I
ever
want
fished
to.
the Delta or any of that in California? You haven't, have you?
Well, now see, that's out because number one, the Delta is a river, and it's
He
tidal.
don't like rivers.
So
In
that's
her
out.
river, he's out.
That's out.
That's out.
You've probably got several wins on rivers too, don't you?
No, I don't think I've ever won on a river.
Oh, so
No.
Ruben apparently lives in Kansas. I didn't even know there was lakes in Kansas.
That's like your kryptonite. Then.
I knew there's big deer in Kansas. I didn't know there's actually any water
Well,
in Kansas.
where did the elite?
It's where the
fish
big
last
deer
year?
drink, I guess. Right?
Where did the elite fish last year? They didn't go to Kansas, but they
No.
went somewhere out Midwest.
Oh, Oahe.
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 Well, it
Wherever.
sounds like something in
That was like
tropical.
South Dakota. or
Yeah,
something.
South
Yeah,
Dakota.
That's
That was
exactly
it.
where it
Dakota,
was.
yeah.
That was it.
Yep.
And they caught them good too.
Scott Hamrick said Thrift can't dress himself without Allison. I mean, I believe that. I had to bring that comment
I ain't
up.
gonna
but-
argue.
I
Who
did
dresses
see,
you when you're on the
I
road?
did see that he was dressing
She
Wiley
packs
the
my
other
stuff.
day, and Allison was pitching a fit about it.
Did she?
I liked
No,
it. I
that,
thought it
that
looked
was
good.
Cooper.
I-
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
so,
you just
so
right,
last
yeah.
Sunday, I
I
got.
liked it. I thought you did a good job.
I thought I was gonna help her out. I'm like, come on, Cooper, we're gonna go get you some clothes for church. So we go to his closet and I pick him out some clothes, get him dressed. He's looking pretty sharp. He walks in there to where Allie's getting ready in the bathroom doing her makeup or something. She looks at him and says, "Oh no, no." I'm like, what?
No.
He looked good.
He
He
did.
was sharp.
It didn't match or something, right?
Yeah, to me it did.
Was his shoes on the right feet?
Yeah,
To me,
yeah.
it did.
Cooper don't wear shoes.
Oh.
So what was the problem?
I still don't know.
She said it.
Well, what did
didn't
she
match.
change?
Didn't match.
She put it on. She put it on Facebook, and I mean,
And
I
see,
think every guy that
yeah,
commented
all
on
the
there really
guys
liked
were
it,
on
and
my
every
side.
female didn't. So
Did he have cargo shorts on?
no.
Okay, so that's a good one.
Hey,
He didn't have cargo
are
shorts
the deal.
on. Did he have a sun drop in his hand?
probably.
You got cargo shorts on now.
These aren't cargo shorts.
Do they got pockets on the legs?
No,
those are probably AFCO stuff.
they are. And
They ain't got no pockets.
no,
Is
I
that
mean,
what
they got
is
pockets
that what
where they're
defines
supposed to have pockets.
is cargo shorts the ones with the pockets on the side?
Yeah.
What's wrong with them?
Exactly.
What's wrong
exactly.
with them?
Okay.
That's what you grew up wearing.
It is,
Exactly.
it is.
What's wrong with cargo shorts?
Yep.
I didn't say anything was wrong with them. I just
Dixie-
said it's
Oh,
probably not church apparel.
Dixie looked
Dixie
at,
Canterbury says plaid and stripes.
Oh, now
No.
I understand. I mean, I know that, Brian.
Is that
plaid and stripe?
You don't put a plaid shirt on a kid and put striped pants on him, or vice versa.
I hadn't seen many striped pants. It's normally the
Why?
opposite.
Because
Yeah,
it doesn't.
plaid pants?
Plaid and stripes don't
Probably
go together.
shorts, plaid shorts, probably.
No. You learned that though, didn't you?
I thought he looked fine.
He probably did.
Hey,
I bet he didn't. Care.
he didn't care.
Yeah,
Nope,
that's,
nope.
that's right.
That's the main thing.
Oh, all right. Clay, it's good to see you at the ramp at 10 Killer on day 2. Also, should have bought a hat then. I gave a couple T-shirts away to a couple people there at 10 Killer. But if you didn't get a hat, y'all don't forget we have all the colors in stock and they're online at letstalkfish.com
Scott's got cargo shorts on. Look,
or ltfgear.com.
They're not really.
Those
they
are
don't have
not
them on this
really.
they got pockets.
They got
side.
zippers.
One pocket,
Verticals.
That's
Vertical zippers.
you got
but it's
cargo in
sort of
it.
cargo.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so a
Everybody
couple
wants to knock your
questions.
cargo pants. That ain't right.
Everybody still talking about the future of FOW, and none of us really know.
We still don't know.
We're up in the air
I'm
right
still
now.
talking about cargo shorts.
Yeah.
That's exactly why, Clarence. You know him as well as anybody. I said, you've been listening. Clarence been listening to the show a long time. Said he keeps stingers in pockets. He keeps packs of stingers in the pockets.
There
That's
you
the
go.
truth. He keeps stingers in the pockets.
It'll
of
even
his
hold
cargo
a
shorts.
16-ounce sun drop if need
I
be.
like it when I put my rain suit on. I hadn't worn it in a month, and then you find what lures was that you was using the last time you had your rain suit on.
Stephen, yeah, I've heard good things about Burt Mullet. Actually, buddy of mine, Chad Pipkins, we've had him as a guest on the show before. He's won a couple BFLs, if I'm not mistaken, on those lakes, and I have heard really good things about Burt Mullet up there in Michigan.
I've been there.
Giant smallmouth, but I hear the time it goes when they're spawning, which you know, that's kind of the case for him.
Jeff looks like
Giant
he just hit an
smallmouth.
epiphany.
Like, what's wrong, Jeff? You okay?
It's 8 o'clock.
Oh, Jeff said it's time to eat, so sorry, bye. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, bye.
I did see somebody wanted a T-shirt earlier. They said, I want the Me and Matt T-shirts to come back out, but on the back, I want, well, bye on the back.
I think we need that.
We might could hook
It
eight
is
on the
8 o'clock.
It's 8 on the dot. All right, so it is time for our trivia question. And again, we're giving away, Brian, you going to hold it up, compliments of Brian's sponsor,
Compliments
Sportsman's
of
Warehouse.
Sportsman's Warehouse gift card for $25 and a hoodie. What all else?
You weren't listening, were
you
you?
doing 1 and 1? You got 2 questions?
No, we got
They
one
gotta answer
question.
both of
Yeah,
them
we
right.
got
You gotta
one
get them
question.
both right?
Yeah, it's 2-part question, but you got to get both.
You got to
parts
get
right.
both of them right.
Anthony Randall said, "Jeff, you need to calm down. We're going to eat in a little bit, okay?" Jeffrey Wade said, "IPAs or lagers? Sorry, lagers.
Lagers.
It's a late night. I like a good lager. All right, IPAs for me, Jeffrey. I can't speak for the rest of them, but
What's that stand for?
IPA, Indian Pale Ale.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Trivia question time.
Y'all pick the winner. I don't even know the question on the answer.
Okay, so we'll let Wes pick the winner.
I can do it.
Thanks, Jason.
The first correct answer that comes through on Wes's feed, not Matt's or,
Wes is
or
calling.
Brian's or Canterbury. It's all Wes Logan. So all right, here we go. Trivia question time for the Sportsman's Warehouse gift card and the Angler's Choice hoodie and hat. We need to know what Wes and Scott's largest single day stringer was en route to winning their Angler of the Year titles. I need Wes's and I need Scott's. So answer them, put them together so we don't have to search your name and answers like 20 comments apart. But I need both their single day heaviest weights this year, not in team tournaments. Whatever they were fishing, Wes would be the Central Opens. Scott would be the Elites only, and that includes the AOY Championship also. It's not too many IPAs for Matt. Kevin, I've only had one beer tonight. So, but anyway, all right. So that's what we need. If you got a question about the question, just ask. Was that
It's going to
confusing?
take a while.
That's
for 'em to
separate
get
weights.
that.
That's
it's-
separate weights.
yeah,
That's not
it's
combined weights.
It's two separate bags, guys. It's
Yeah,
not
two
combined
weights.
together. It's two separate bags. So I need Wes's bag. Say if Wes's was 21 pounds and Scott's was 46 pounds, I need them like that, 21 and 46. Those are not the correct answers. I had to be careful.
Exactly.
Had to be careful because I was looking at the correct answers, and Thrift would jump. Thrift would really jump on me.
Matt has been known to give away the answer.
He would probably tackle me if I
would
started
not
to give
tackle
away
you.
the answers.
I would laugh hysterically.
Yep.
Yes, exactly.
It's going to take a while.
It's
for 'em
going
to
to take
look
a
that
little
up.
while. It's going to take a little
Go
while.
ahead and call the order in.
You got.
It's going to take a while because they got to look this up.
Yeah.
Well, let's answer some questions while everybody's answering. Here's
Well,
one from Brad Hildebrandt Scott. Did you know you had Angler Year 1 before you weighed in?
I had a really good idea. I mean, that's a pretty special moment. You know, I knew I had to catch him, but after I was really worried about Zaldane, he was the last one to weigh in to me, and I knew he had a giant. He caught a giant every day, but when he weighed in, I already knew about what I had, and it sort of relieved the pressure a lot.
Yeah,
I knew
so
where I had to be.
You knew you didn't
I
have
tell
to
you,
worry about
you know,
anybody
you
else.
know when you put yourself in contention. After I caught him and I'd weighed him and everything, and I was pretty excited. I mean, I'm an emotional guy. I was running back across Lake St. Clair, and I had tears running down my cheeks, running 55 miles an hour. Not that I had won, but I knew I had a good chance. at
Yeah,
it.
you knew it could.
You get that feeling sometimes. Though.
Yeah.
You get that
It
feeling.
was that feeling, yeah.
And but you don't ever know until the hardware's actually in your hands.
Exactly.
Right.
We
That's-
talked about it
It's
for
a-
an hour sitting out there in the parking lot, and I was nervous as can be watching the weigh-in, but I thought I had a good shot at it.
Yeah,
And
Jeffrey.
it's a rare situation to know for sure you're going to win. Like that.
Google's overheating, Kevin Clark said. All right, so I tell you what. So
We can name. Can we give them a hint?
we might split. Okay, yeah, let's do that.
All right,
Let's give them a hint.
Mine came at the St. John's River. Wes's, yours
Mine was
came
at Grand Lake.
All right, Wes's largest stringer was at Grand Lake
for a Central Open.
for a Central Open. Scott's largest stringer was at the St. John's River for our first elite tournament of the year. All right, so I need to know those two bags. And should we make them do it in ounces or let's just round it off?
Just round
We
it
can
off.
Let's round it off.
Whole,
All right.
whole
we
numbers
round
only.
Whole numbers only. We're going to round it off. We're not going to make it be ounces.
We've had
also.
some that was close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a Springville guy, Cameron Isbell, that was real close.
Mark Carlson wants to know which pro angler is the worst at backing in a boat. Anybody got any feedback on that one?
What?
I'm going with Eric Jackson. Eric Jackson's dog.
We got proof, actually.
We do.
Eric Jackson's dog.
I'm
Let me
not
change
going to
that.
say he's the worst at backing because I could not back that
No,
in. But his
I'm
dog is
yeah,
definitely
that's
the
what
worst
I
at
meant
backing
to say.
it in.
Eric Jackson's dog. Yeah.
That's most definitely correct.
I'm going to say Jacob Wheeler.
Wheeler.
Yeah. I mean, dude, he's hit everything with his boat, truck,
kidding.
everything. No. I'm like, dude, what happened to your truck? He's like, I have no idea. I mean, he don't even know when he hits stuff. Like, I mean, that's a true story. That's 3 or 4 years ago, you know, when we were still rooming together, 5 years ago.
He's
whenever
probably
it
got
was.
better.
I doubt it, but yeah, hopefully.
Here's a
Wheeler ain't
question.
watching. He don't.
Patrick
know what I'm thinking
Brondos,
of.
I've seen him ask a couple of times about Fire Tiger colored baits.
Yep.
That is a bait I very, very rarely throw. It's
You don't see Fire Tiger a lot
I've
anymore.
never thrown it.
It's very situational. Like, I've got to have extremely muddy water. I can tell you the last time I caught one on a Fire Tiger bait. Matter of fact, though, it was an old Fire Tiger number 7 shad wrap, and it was at one of y'all's lakes, Neely Henry, in February about 15 years ago.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
No, I mean, I don't own one. I own some. They call it lime green coach dog, which is a lot brighter than a Fire Tiger.
Yeah,
I own
it
some
doesn't
of
have
those
the
and throw it,
black
but it's,
on it.
yeah, that's right.
Lime green coach dog.
That's a big Tennessee color. for
That's
sure.
a lot of words.
Yeah.
See, Jeffrey Wade said that. He said that sounds about right for Wheeler. Oh, buddy of mine's texted me. He said how many he's going to put us in for a table. How many we got? 2, 4. You going, Brian?
One
don't know
day
yet.
catch.
Did you hear
We've
that,
had
Jeff?
some that's real
I asked
close.
Thrift if he was going to dinner. He said he didn't know yet.
Where y'all going? Well, Pleasant City.
Yeah.
Never mind.
He said he didn't know yet. We'll just get it for 2, 4. So we'll get it for 7. So, all right, Fire Tiger and Muddy Water, Anthony Randall said. You know what I used to throw?
Yeah.
I actually used to throw Fire Tiger shad wraps down at Wiley a lot.
Yeah, that's what I was throwing.
That's what he threw.
That's the last time I threw one, too, 15 years ago.
All right.
Possibly.
So
We might need another hint.
Some of them are getting
one
one
got
right.
one. Some people are getting one and not the other.
We started to get into kilograms, boys. Y'all got to help them out a little bit.
kilograms. Well, it's in pounds, guys. So we will give you a hint there. All right. So what's the next hint we can give them?
What day we called it on?
My gosh, you didn't say where it was, the lake, and what day.
We hadn't said
Google,
the day.
boys. Google.
Google. Can they find that on Google? Because you know the way Bass does a lot of the weights.
I found it for you earlier.
Yeah,
I had to
I
look it
found
up.
mine.
Okay, so you found them both. All right.
Find it like Matt
Buddy Black got one of them right. We'll give a big tip right there.
Yeah. Jeff's got jokes.
Not mine, but he got one of them right.
It's not funny, Brian. Jeff's
I
not
don't
funny.
even know what I'm laughing at.
You just laughing at
I'm
me
just
because everybody
laughing.
else is doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Give another hint, Matt. Matt's the hint guy.
The other. Oh, there's one close.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
Cameron got mine right.
here's a good hint. Canterbury's weight was not quite.
There's
but
one that was real close right there.
Canterbury's weight was not quite, but almost double what Wes's weight was.
Yeah. Yep.
Different like now.
Different
That's-
line. Yeah. I mean, come
Yeah,
on. now.
I'm not picking on
It
Wes.
don't matter.
We're
made
talking
that
about
sound
Florida.
like
I know I'm no good. I'm not that good, but I try
Hey,
real
this
hard.
kid's gonna be crushing on the elites next year. Y'all be sure to tune in to Mr. West. He'll be getting that Bass Live coverage.
Oh,
next
there
year.
was one
Might-
real close.
might
So
be
I
taking
got
a
a
little
good
bit.
question for next year since Wes is going to the elites. Are you going to kick Matt out, Scott?
No,
He knows
can't
better
do
than that. You
that.
see that trophy right there? That's like 7.5% mine.
Oh.
I still ain't seen it.
But that 7.5% translated into a deer hunt.
Yeah,
That's very
Yeah,
good.
that's
That's
just
pretty
about
good.
right.
That's pretty good.
I ain't seen none. Yeah, that's it.
Well, I thought
Blake Lee got it.
Blake Lee got it.
Yep.
Blake Lee.
All right, so we have a correct.
missed
All right. Wes is called the winner.
Yep.
We have a winner, Blake Lee. Blakely or Blake Lee?
Blake Lee.
All right, Blake. So Blakely or Blake Lee?
Yeah, that
Okay.
one. That one.
The third one. All right, Blake Lee, you are the winner. You want to tell them what the winner?
See what it says.
Buddy Black looked it up.
Blake
Buddy
Lee.
Black
All
got
right,
it.
Wes.
Sure it
Wes,
wasn't B Lake.
Wes, you want to tell? Dang, Buddy Black came in with the right
He was
answer
just a little
to
bit
the
late.
ounce, but
He
he's a
got
little
it-
bit
He got
late.
it exact.
Sorry, Buddy. Buddy and I are going deer hunting together in the morning, so he'll hopefully he'll slay him a deer and have some venison tomorrow morning.
I'm
Sorry, I
open
just
in
had to
the
throw that
morning.
out there.
I could go with you.
Blakely or Blake
Did y'all weigh your?
All right, Wes, tell them what the answers were. So, Wes, your biggest bag was?
My biggest bag was 17 pounds even at Grand, and Canterbury's was 30 pounds at his was 30 pounds 4 ounces at St. John's.
Yeah, but we rounded off to 17 and 30, which Wes's actually was 17.0 pounds. So Blake Lee, as in Blake, space Lee. We don't want any confusion. There might be a Blake Lee on here somewhere. Yeah. Send us a message with your shipping information, and we'll get this stuff sent out to you ASAP. But guys, everybody, thanks for playing. And God, that took a while. That was y'all blame that on Scott and Wes, because I think maybe that was me.
I think that
was that my fault?
That was you.
It's always my fault. It's always my fault. So. First off, before we end, I want to tell Wes and Scott a huge congratulations. Yeah. I mean, the Angler of the Year titles are nothing to shake your head about. I mean, that's what we all strive for every year. Like Thrift said earlier, that is more satisfying as an angler than winning any tournament out there. I mean, that just means you call them all year long.
All year long, and that's something that's hard to do.
Yep, absolutely. So, Stephen, and let me touch on this real quick. He said, if I PM you a link to a hunting group, do you have time to look at it? Absolutely, Stephen. Go ahead and send me a private message about the hunting information. I've got 5 or 6 outfitters written down, too, so thanks for the comments there. All right.
Thanks, guys, for letting us be on with you.
Yeah,
we enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's Talk Fish. It's been
Thank
good.
you.
So,
hey, y'all are hardcore, or by far the most dedicated Let's Talk Fish guests we've ever had.
Oh, yeah.
To drive 5.5 hours from Alabama
and then
to
drive
be here.
home.
And then drive home tonight, too. So
We drive it again.
Yep, y'all driving home tonight. Well, you get your hour back. That's
we
why
get an
y'all
hour-
did it.
we get
Y'all
an
didn't
hour
want to
back.
lose an hour.
Yeah.
That's why y'all did it.
we get an hour back.
So you get thanks, Jimmy. Matt, he said Matt's the man in the middle of the big trophies. Hell, even the peanut gallery's back there laughing. Thanks, Thunderfoot.
Look at
He's
him.
about to
He's
spit his
choking.
dip out, dude. I really think he's about to spit his backer out. Look at him. Dude, he's turning red. Wonderful. All right, so
awesome.
does anybody else want to sign us off? I mean, except me. I mean, I know what Brian will do. Well, bye.
No, I'll come up with something different.
You come up with something different. Sorry, I'm gonna call you out, Brad. So Brad Stout, who's a friend of Scott and I, and also our AK, he hates us to call him our boss. He hates it when we call him boss, but he's our boss man with Quaker State and the Pennzoil relationship. And he just pretty much texted us and said, as your sponsor for the last 5 years, he said, my ass better be included in that deer hunt.
We missed a couple of deer hunts with him now, so I don't know.
Excuse my French. I just quoted my boss man. So
Don't think I'll be here next week, but guys, be sure to tune in to Let's Talk Fish next Tuesday.
there you
That
go.
was good.
That was perfect. That was perfect. We'll see y'all next week.
Thank you for listening to Let's Talk Fish. Visit our private Facebook group to continue the conversation, post your questions, and talk with other fellow anglers at facebook.com/groups/Let's Talk Fish. Follow us on Instagram at Let's Talk Fish Official and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more exclusive content. Join us again next episode for more actionable tips, tactics, and techniques directly from the pros. And remember, when we can't go fishing, we're going to sit right here and talk fish.